Breakfast with Hector on 2FM with Irish Pride Healthy Grain. They should have called it Tasty Grain.
Culture over Ash, it is Breakfast with Hector, broadcasting live from the Galway studios on 2FM this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Now, I was talking about tradesmen. I'll tell you one thing, there's only one set of tradesmen that were busy this Christmas, and it were the plumbers of the country. AA plumbers are on the line. Colin, good morning.
Good morning, Hector. How are you?
How's your country this morning?
Oh, it's slightly saturated, but we're getting through it, you know.
Is she leaking?
Oh, a little bit of a leak, yeah. I was thinking of changing my name to WikiLeaks.
Tell me this, Colin.
It mightn't be a good idea. The FBI and the CIA might be after me.
Could you imagine if you pulled up in the van outside somebody's house in Clonskeagh or something, WikiLeaks Limited, Frank WikiLeaks and Sons. Come here, what day did you get your first call out?
I got my first call out Christmas Eve.
Oh man, what time was it at?
About 5:30 in the evening.
And who was it?
And it was a house out in Leakslip, out in the strawberry beds, flooded out of it he was. Three-storey house, flooded out.
What was he saying?
The basement was flooded. And his pool table was flooded, you know.
Absolute tatters. What can a plumber do when you walk into something like that?
Oh, sure, I had to get in behind the sink and cut the pipe and blank it off, and he was happy then, but sure, I got soaked into the bargain. I had to take the trousers off and put it into the dryer.
Did you know then, Colm, something was up, that it was going to go all haywire?
As was. Now, it was unfortunate. A lot of pipes were frozen on the inside of the walls.
Right.
On the inside. And I have never seen it before. Garden taps freeze up, but these pipes were on the inside.
It was incredible, I suppose, because it was such a prolonged frost that... What happens to a copper pipe? Can you explain to me and the listeners why that it doesn't happen during the freeze, but when it thaws, that's the real bad time to get a leak?
Yeah, well, what happens is the pipe freezes first and expands, and then when it defrosts, it will start to leak because the popper is already split, you see?
Right.
So it's frozen first, and then when it thaws out, it will start leaking like mad, you know?
Well, I've never seen so many 5-gallon drums being lifted up attics and tanks that were not refilling. And did you ever hear of tanks in the attic that were frozen solid before?
Yes, there was. I came across a number of them over the Christmas, and there was 2 and 3 inches of ice in them.
Incredible.
Yeah, and the ball cock stuck up in the air.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a ball cock in the air.
Well, what happened was the ball cock stayed up because the ice was in the tank, so no water would come into it then, you know. So people, ended up with no water at all in their houses, you know. It
was brutal, wasn't it? It was like going back 100 years ago.
Oh, it was, yeah. And unbelievable temperatures out there.
You work with AA plumbers, and are you still run off your feet?
Oh, we are. We're booked out solid this morning, but, we have a team out there and we're getting to all the jobs.
Colin, can I ask you about the infrared bulbs and all this thing about there is a rush, there is hundreds and thousands of people going to get infrared bulbs for their attic now to install them so that tanks won't freeze. Is that any good, or is it the myth?
Any extra heat going into the attic, if you leave your attic door open,
yes,
the heat of the house will go up there.
Right.
And delay the problem, But really, you need to get your attic insulators, the pipe work, and regardless of whether you get the attic insulated, you need to get the pipe work insulated as well,
Yeah. And tell me this, did you get any nice call over your years of all your years of experience, talking about ball cocks and all that? Do you ever get the phone call from the woman in the dressing gown at the door, the dressing gown half open, and she says, "Will you come in and have a look at me burst piping?" Or is it just a myth?
Oh, we've had a few funny offers, all right. We've often been said, we have a thing for plumbers, you know.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, yeah. Well, we normally get a cup of tea everywhere we go,
Lovely. And you're there rooting under the sink, the sink.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Colm, from AA Plumbers, I know you'll run off your feet. Where's your next call?
I'm out in Carrow not Carrow in County Galway, Carrow in Drimnagh this morning, fixing the leak out the back.
And, oh, man, it's just WikiLeaks, isn't it?
Yeah. You'll also get us under plumberdublintoday.ie.
Okay, listen, you're doing a great job and you're fixing the pipes of the country. Keep her lit out there. And Colm from, what's that website again?
Plumberdublintoday.ie.
Lovely, we'll be there.
And anybody who wants any free advice or whatever, give us a ring and we've no problem doing that.
Listen, fair play to you. All joking aside, you're doing a great job, and it is a serious trade and you know your stuff, and without you, we would be flooded.
Yeah. Okay, thanks very much.
Cheers, Colm. Keep her lit.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, there's Colm the plumber. 23 minutes past 7. Let's have a song. 51552 80889. Good morning.